In this video, we're going to be working on an Xbox One X, and we are working on the most common problem that we see on the Xbox One X, which is that you turn it on and there's nothing comes on the screen. And a few things can cause that. One of the things you want to rule out is a bad hard drive. The easiest way to rule that out is to pair a controller and then operate the system with the controller. You know, if you press the home button and then up and then A, it'll turn off. And that kind of tells you that the system booted. You're just not getting video output. You, of course, want to do an HDMI port inspection. But in my experience, it is rarely the HDMI port that is the problem with these. The most common problem is the retimer chip, which is the TDP158 chip. They fail all the time. I don't know why. It was a bad design by Microsoft, I suppose. And we're going to get the motherboard out of this and replace that chip. Now we are heating up the board. I'm going to put some flux down. Flux is going to help with the clean removal of the chip. See that? That keeps all the pads prepped for the replacement chip. Now I'm going to remove heat for a hot second. I'm going to put more flux down. And I'm going to put the replacement chip pretty close to where it needs to be. Then I'm going to put heat back. And when that solder melts, surface tension should pretty much pull it into place. Sometimes I got to give it a little bit of a tap. That moved all on its own pretty good, but there we go. Now it's positioned properly. I'm going to remove the heat again. And then I'm going to put some downward pressure on the chip. Not a lot, but I just want it to seat properly. Then I put the heat back. Then I remove the heat. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm hanging up the heat. And from here, I like to add a lot more flux and sweep the sides of the chip. What's up? Jammed? Well, that's... Is there a disc in it? Okay, give me a minute here to finish this soldering. Okay, I like to sweep the sides of the chip to ensure a good connection. And now I can clean it up. So it just booted to the like safe mode, right? Because there's no hard drive. I think so. They only ordered a deep clean. We'll have to contact them to see if they want something about that disk drive fix. He said it doesn't accept a disk. Is it the button or the touch button? So if their eject button doesn't work, then you could only eject it with the controller, and they didn't give us the hard drive. And you can't open the drive to clean the rollers when there's a disk in there, because it throws the whole mechanism out of alignment. You know what? I think maybe you should contact the customer and say, hey, I think there's a disk stuck in this, and we need to get that disk out, but your eject button's not working. I don't know. It would be in our best interest for servicing it if we had the hard drive. Okay, if you're still with me, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this. Hopefully you got something out of this video as far as either entertainment or education. That's what we're trying to do here, and it's hopeful for me to want to make more videos if the videos that I do post do well and gain subscribers and that sort of thing. Now the chip is on there, we need to reassemble it and see if it works. Now I've got this pretty much put back together. Plug this in, plug the HDMI into our channel, and we'll hit the power button and hope to see something come up on the display. These things are always a little bit slow to start, so it's like this, am I gonna see something moment. Black screen from no input is good. Yes, excellent. It looks like it's in low resolution mode. That's not unexpected. We actually see that a lot when these things are in this state of defect. So we'll just plug a controller in here and go into the video settings and change it once this boots. Let's cut forward to when it booted. Okay, so once this thing turned on, it had been factory reset, and now it wants me to update, large update. I'm not going to do that in a video, but hey, we offer mail-in repair. I'm going to drop a link directly to our website for this repair. So if you happen upon this video trying to figure this out, well, it's a board level repair. You're not going to be able to figure that out unless you know how to do micro soldering, but you can send it to us. We charge a flat price for it, and then you mail it to us. We do the repair. You pay after the repair, then we send it back to you. We include free return shipping when you order repairs with us, and this job is done. I will do the update and quickly come back just to show you that it's working properly. Here we are back with the Xbox fully on. This repair is totally complete. Let me know what you think in the comments about the failure rate of the retimer on the Xbox One X. I think it happens with such frequency that Microsoft should have extended the warranty on it like they did on the Xbox 360 with the red ring of death. But hey, that's just me. I see them all the time because I'm the guy who fixes them. Maybe they don't fail as often as I think that they do.